Welcome to the Pencil Bob channel. I hope you enjoy my stories. Please like and subscribe, and hit that notification icon so you never miss out. Now on with the stories.
I didn't realize that when I bought my condo, I would no longer be living in America. In 2021, my husband and I decided to buy a condo. The idea of no lawn work or outdoor maintenance seemed great. We were both busy, so it seemed like the right choice. Worst decision ever. I had never lived in an HOA community, so the idea that grown adults could so ridiculous had never entered my mind. The fact that being on the HOA is the only accomplishment that these people have had is just sad. Because of that, holy cow, do they abuse their power. When we moved in, the community had standard rules. Trash cans in by 5, garage doors closed, etc., all measurable and non-subjective rules. As time went on, I started noticing inconsistencies with our community finances. I did my research and found out what my rights were for looking into them. The board did not like that. Over the last 2 years of me investigating their spending, they have added all of the below rules. They copied their employee handbook. And if you notice, everything is at the board's sole discretion. Everything now falls into some sort of harassment. I get letters weekly. If I even look on their direction, they feel threatened. Maybe it's just me, but assault, sexual harassment, violence. These are law enforcement issues. Who gets assaulted and thinks, I better call my HOA president. Here are the new rules from our community moronic dictators. 22.2 The board of directors may require owners or residents to immediately remove such stickers, bumper stickers on vehicles, signage, doormats, objects, or other such displays that are visible from the common elements, collectively displays, which are perceived by the board of directors in its sole discretion to be offensive to a reasonable person. By way of example, any displays which may be perceived to promote violence, terrorism, white supremacy, sexual misconduct, discrimination based on sexual orientation, discrimination based on other protected class status, sex, race, religious belief, national origin, age, pregnancy, citizenship, familial status, disability status are prohibited. Additionally, displays with profanities in words or images are not allowed. 43.1 Owners and residents shall not engage in any behavior, including verbal, physical, or electronic, that may be perceived by a reasonable person to be abusive, harassing, aggressive, or intimidating, directed at other members, residents, guests, occupants, invitees, board members, management, or the association's agents, employees, or vendors. The board of directors, in its sole discretion, shall determine what conduct is abusive, harassing, aggressive, and/or intimidating on a case-by-case basis. The board of directors has already deemed the following conduct as such: a distribution or display of any written or graphic material that ridicules, denigrates, disparages, insults, belittles, or demonstrates hostility, aversion, or disrespect toward an individual or group because of national origin, race, color, religion, age, gender, sexual orientation, pregnancy, appearance, disability, sexual identity, marital status, or other protected status or class. Be it comments that are offensive or unwelcome regarding a person's national origin, race, color, religion, age, sex, sexual orientation, pregnancy, appearance, disability, gender identity or expression, marital status, or other protected status. Epithets, slurs, and negative stereotyping are prohibited. C. Unwanted, unwelcomed, and uninvited behavior that demeans, threatens, or offends, or is perceived to be conduct that would offend a reasonable person and/or cause a reasonable person to feel unsafe. D. Conduct and communication which threatens, intimidates, or causes a person to be in fear of their safety or property. E. Following, eavesdropping, stalking, or otherwise preventing others from the peaceful enjoyment of their residence in this community and common elements. 43.2 Owners and residents shall neither sexually harass those members of the community, residents, guests, occupants, invitees, board members, management, or the association's agents, employees, or vendors, nor engage in conduct that may be perceived by a reasonable person at whom it is directed as sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is defined as unsolicited and unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, or other verbal or physical conduct of innuendos, suggestive comments, jokes of a sexual nature, sexual propositions, lewd remarks and threats, demand for any type of sexual favor, repeated unwelcome requests for dates, and verbal abuse or kidding, that is oriented toward a prohibitive form of harassment, including that which is sexual in nature and unwelcome. The distribution, display, or discussion of any written or graphic material, including calendars, posters, and cartoons that are sexually suggestive or show hostility toward an individual or group because of sex, suggestive or insulting sounds, leering, staring, whistling, obscene gestures, content in letters, notes, facsimiles, emails, photos, text messages, tweets, and internet postings, or other form of communication that are sexual in nature and offensive. C. Unwelcome, unwanted physical contact, including touching, tickling, pinching, patting, brushing up against, hugging, cornering, kissing, fondling, impeding or blocking movement, forced sexual intercourse, and sexual assault. D. Those sexual acts that are deemed a crime under Florida statutes, including without limitation, such prohibited acts found in Section 784.049, Florida Statutes, Sexual Cyber Harassment, Chapter 800 Florida Statutes, Lewdness, Indecent Exposure, and Chapter 794 Florida Statutes, Sexual Battery. Sexual nature that would cause discomfort or humiliate a reasonable person at whom the conduct was directed. Prohibited behavior includes, but is not limited to, the following. 43.3 A person who falsifies an act of harassment and reports the same in bad faith commits harassment. 43.4 Claims of harassment may not be made on behalf of another person. Only those that feel they have been harassed and have first-hand knowledge of the harassment may file a claim of harassment. Those that feel they have been harassed must make their claim in writing and must submit any supporting information to support their claim at the time of filing the claim. When submitting a claim of harassment, a description of what happened must be included and the specific section of Rule 43 that was violated must be indicated to tie the incident to the rule. Violations of the harassment Rule 43 must be submitted within 10 days of the incident to be investigated. Edit. For context, since some think I'm some crazy lunatic running around wanting to harass people, these are laws meant for law enforcement to enforce. No HOAs when it fits their purpose. These things aren't happening. They are using these rules to twist things to fit. Some of you have referenced a crazy 100% untrue violation letter I posted on another post. Not fabricated, untrue. I'm a 40-year-old, 130-pounds woman. My HOA president that wrote added these new rules is a 31-year-old man. Going on $2,000 per month where I live. Not luxury, and to fund What If Fund to 3M and keep it there. 2-bed condo no larger than 700 square foot. Mortgage of $1.5K, electricity cost of $200 for electricity. Whoever came up with the 30% rule didn't take into account incompetence of these management firm. That $440K a year. I wouldn't expect that to be ridiculously low for a community that size. Roof siding would be every 20 to 30 years. If 20% was put into savings, I would think that would be fair to cover the high ticket expenses when they pop up. That still leaves over $300K per year for operational costs. Seems reasonable all around, maybe in the low end, but not ridiculously low. I agree the letter op received definitely paints them a certain way, but my question to others would be this. Can an HOA legally tell a member not to contact them via any available means? At that point, would any notice, letter, citation, etc. from the HOA to them be enforceable? It wouldn't give them a chance to respond to it, dispute it, or even pay a fine and still be following their request. Might as well just say, "Dear homeowner, move."
I would like to thank you for watching the video to the end. To encourage us to make more videos, please like, subscribe, comment, as well as share. Check out this other video if you haven't already.